I'm Jamie from Earthquaker Devices, and this is the ZQD Pre tube preamp. The ZQD Pre is an all-analog tube preamp designed by myself and Dr. Z to be the ultimate end-of-signal chain tonal tool. The ZQD Pre is designed around an EF86 tube and features a 3-band passive amp-style tone section, a boost channel with its own dedicated output control, as well as a headphone and balanced XLR out with analog cab simulation. Its passive 3-band EQ provides precise tonal control. You can use it to fine-tune your amp's voice, push its preamp tubes into rich harmonic overdrive, or breathe dimension and life into a modeling amplifier. When you activate the boost foot switch, the 3-band EQ drops out and delivers a full range boost with its own dedicated level control. This allows you to have 2 distinct tones at your feet, a sculpted EQ tone or a wide open boosted voice. So I've been a big fan of Dr. Z for a while now. I have a KT45, which we've used in demos for years, and I developed an overdrive for him years ago called the Z Drive. Now we started talking about doing another run of these, but the diodes that we used were unavailable. So Z had this idea of creating something new, and maybe this time using an actual tube for the overdrive. So he came to me with a very simple tube preamp that was designed similar to a lot of his amplifiers. It had a very big, open, and dynamic response. And the first time I plugged this in, I plugged it into my Model T, and I was kind of blown away by the sound that I heard from it. It pushed it into an overdrive that I had never heard before. It had a lot of warmth and clarity to it. It was like touch responsive. It was big and full, but still there was like a lot of articulation to it. I could hear all the notes and the chords really well, and it had this nice harmonic bloom to it. So I was immediately excited. So using that as the jumping off point, I kind of went to work on developing what became the final product. The first thing I did was added a 3-band EQ. And while I felt like that helped create more variation of the sound, it did take away from his design a little bit. So my next thought was, what if we could have this EQ but then also remove it from the circuit? So that's what created this boost channel right here. So when you activate this boost switch, it drops the 3-band EQ out entirely, and then you have the original circuit that Z designed. The F86 is a very unique tube, and what better person to talk about it than Z himself.
Okay, some of you might be familiar with the F86 and realize how it takes in whatever you put into it. Because it's a pentode, it can take almost a 2-volt signal and still process it without any kind of compression or asymmetric kind of output. Very symmetric, very nice, very big. And you'll notice that when you play it. You hit this pedal on and your amp just becomes huge. And it's not just distorted and clipped. It's just this big, big sound that is produced with this tube.
The ZQD Pre is more than just a tube preamp to place in front of your tube amplifier. It can also be used as a headphone amp, using the headphone out on the side, or as your main amplifier using the balanced XLR out. Each of these outputs feature analog cabinet simulations similar to what is used on our easy listening. For the XLR out, you can hit the cab bypass switch and it will remove the analog cabinet simulation and send a pure signal to your preferred IR loader or modeling software. This makes the ZQD Pre perfect for direct recording, backline-free gigs, or hybrid rigs with multiple signal paths. What's cool about the headphone and direct out is they work even if the ZQD Pre is bypassed, which means you have a third voice. So you can run another kind of preamp before it, or just run your pedals directly in and take advantage of the cabinet simulation. And then you have a direct line to your DAW or front of house from the direct out, or have a completely uncolored signal from the headphone out. A lot of people are using modeling amplifiers for ease of use and portability, as well as options. The ZQD Pre is an actual analog tube amp in a small pedalboard friendly package that is equally as portable. There's no menu diving, no software updates, no latency. It's just an easy plug and play dynamic tube amp that can fit right on your pedalboard. The ZQD Pre controls are familiar and intuitive. The Activate foot switch activates or bypasses the ZQD Pre. The Boost foot switch defeats the tone controls and delivers a full range boost without altering the frequency response. Bass control adjusts frequencies from 20 Hz to 400 Hz. The middle control adjusts frequencies from 400 Hz to 2K. And the treble control adjusts frequencies from 2K to 20K. The level control adjusts the output volume when the tone controls are active. The boost control controls the output volume for when the boost is active and the tone controls are bypassed. On the side, you'll find a balanced XLR direct out with a ground lift switch and a cab bypass switch to remove the analog cabinet simulation. And lastly, there's a 1/4-inch TRS stereo headphone out. The ZQD Pre runs on a standard 9-volt center negative DC adapter and requires 500 milliamps or higher to operate. Internally, the circuit converts that 9 volts to 200 volts for proper tube operation, delivering high headroom and a full frequency response without requiring any special adapter. The ZQD Pre is an all-analog tube amp solution featuring the classic Dr. Z tube tone in a compact pedalboard-friendly enclosure featuring all the ins and outs you'll need for modern convenience. To learn more about the ZQD Pre and all our other f***ing devices, go to earthquakerdevices.com.